What's up, everybody? Those hard corner boys are back.
Yeah.
And I want to thank everybody who's been tuning in. But before we continue, everybody, make sure you subscribe, you spread the word, you repost, you comment, you do all that good stuff. The more you pass it around, the more people know about the show and the podcast. Hit the link right there and spread that word. What's going on, Busky? We in the building and we are back.
We are.
No Wi-Fi signal is going to stop us.
That's right. We're a problem. That's why.
That's right. We're a fucking problem.
We are.
But what's up with you, Busky? What's been going on? I've been trying to catch up. We've been trying to pregame a little bit, but we had some technical difficulties, but we make this shit happen. What's up in New York? What's going on up there?
Good. We actually got some good weather. So we're everything's chilling. Yeah, we're chilling up here.
Hold on. What's good? This is the weather, the hard corner weather report. By the way, we're doing that shit right up the front because me and Gator were just talking and we were like, "Yo, it's freezing." I basically bought one of those things from Star Wars, a tauntaun thing to cut open so I could stuff my body in it because I heard it's freezing up north.
No, it's beautiful. I mean, beautiful for me is 50s, 60s, and
that's nice.
Yeah, it's nice. It's about 50 degrees right now. So for November 22nd,
November rain. Degrees. I heard it's been cold though, right?
Well, last week it was in the 70s, and then then it went down into the 40s and the 30s. It's the typical New York thing. It doesn't know what it wants to do yet.
I know the fucking thing. Yeah, now over here, South Florida has been raining a lot, but it's been actually really nice. But I'm prepared, I'm fucking ready for these shows. So I got fucking all types of snow gear, even though it ain't snowing. But I'm a jungle person. That's for your Nordic people. That weather. That's why you're so hairy. I got no hair on my body because we belong in the. It's just science.
I guess I never really thought of it that way, but yeah,
it ain't me. And you know why I don't got a big beard? Because in the jungle we don't need a beard. You know why you guys do?
I know.
Up there in freaking Alaska and wherever you people come from, Norway, it gets cold. The chin, neck. Anyway. Yeah. Shout out to everybody with beards and living in the jungle, you pygmies in the jungle. And shout out to Ecuador for winning the first game of the World Cup. I'm half Ecuadorian. So shout out to all my Ecuas out there. And by the way, there's World Cup fever. So anybody following the games, shout out to you and your team, man. If you follow football, now's the time to be watching it. And when I say football, I mean soccer for you gringos and Americanos. Yeah. But anyway, what do we got going on in the world of music of this of trench music?
Yeah.
Hashtag that trench music,
Trench music. We're gonna kick it off with Flat Spot Records because it's top dog right now. I think in our books, they pretty much can't go wrong. And they just dropped news on the Extermination comp, but the first single that's coming off of that is from this band called Speed, who we've covered from Australia, and just really dope shit. New single called One Blood We Bleed. Music video came out recently. Our boy Luis out in LA was the director. He did an incredible job on this. Really super cool cuts, cool edits, and so that new Speed single, I want to drop that real quick first because it's a crusher and it's been fucking all week long. It's been getting played around here.
I want to check that shit out.
Let's hit it. Let me get it queued up here. But
they're definitely leading the squad. They're definitely the face of Australia right now. You know what I mean? And I just saw that they're going on tour with Turnstile too, or doing a couple of shows out there. So
dope, which makes sense.
Yeah, so I believe I don't know what city in Oz they're from, but they're repping hard and they're working. I gotta say, you know what I mean? Next to you got Parkway Drive, you got These Nuts. Now you got motherfucking Speed doing that thing, as far as doing that international thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let me see if I can get this video queued up.
Yeah, I want to check that shit out.
And there we go.
You fool! Got to be this is faster starts to flow. But only one comes free. This can't go free. What is left of the world we seek? What was Cause we breathe that can't go free. Got no back the moves we sing. You walk into me. Watch us run to the world we sing. But cause we breathe that can't go free. Got no back the moves we sing. You walk to me.
I see that Ricky cameo.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ricky.
Yeah.
Listen, shout out to Speed. You know what I like about them? I saw a little interview thing with them, and I like they were saying, they were like, yo, some people thought, we were trying to do like this Asian hardcore thing, and it was like, we weren't. We just happened to be a bunch of Asian hardcore kids or whatever. And I was like, I love that, but I love the part that they are Asian, because to me, anything of not being the norm, which is being a different ethnicity, being somebody who was Latin, there's somebody out there who looks for that to root for. Yeah. You know what I mean? If I didn't have the Rogers and the dudes and like the Suicidals, there was a couple Latin dudes out front, you were like, oh, there's a Dave Lombardo. You're like, oh, there's a spot for me. Yep. And, because when you grow up in the inner city, they see everything as heavy music and they call it white boy music.
Yeah.
So to be that, how you associate it, how you could, kind of, show your shit. You're like, oh yeah, well, guess what? In this OG band, you had so-and-so who was Cuban. This one you got who was Chileno. This one you had, you know what I mean? And it's like, I tell you right now, there's some kids right now from Oz who are not maybe white kids or from wherever in the planet seeing that, and they're getting amped because of that shit. Because let me tell you, when I first played, I live in Florida now. When I first played Miami, the first time ever, that was the first time in my life I seen Latin, more than 4 Latin kids at a show. When Freddie used to say, any Latin kids in the audience, it was a joke because it would be me and Freddie, doing that. When we did it in Miami the first time, the whole place went nuts. Everybody, and Chad was the only white kid there, Chad Gilbert. Shout out to Chad. I love you, Chad. But my point being is, I love the whole shit about it. I love the whole, aggro side of it, the visual of it. It reminds me of, certain motherfuckers. I ain't gonna say names.
Yep.
But but I liked it.
That's hardcore the way that we
the
way that we know it, the way that everything, you know what I mean? It really is perfect. And you nailed it, you know what I mean? It's it's every color, it's every flavor, it's everything. And I need to shout out the fact that riff, the little clip that we just heard, very reminiscent of Hatebreed Perseverance. And I'm very surprised that was the first time I can recall hearing somebody quote unquote bite that riff, because that Perseverance riff is so hard and so amazing. You would have think that somebody would have ripped it off a lot sooner than that. But shout out to Speed. These guys are incredible. We were talking a little bit about them before, and they've only been to the US once. They did Sound and Fury a couple months ago, and it was phenomenal. And they need to come back soon again, and I think that we're going to probably be seeing a lot more of these guys coming up. I think they're really going to take off sooner or later.
Hell yeah, that's some cool shit. Definitely Flat Spot, that's the spot right now. Go check them out. They got new shit, and they're gonna be, again, if you're in Oz, they're doing some shows with Turnstile. So and shout out to fucking Turnstile for like 3 Grammy nominations. Yo, I don't even know what to say, but killing it, man. Good for them.
Absolutely. That's what it's all about, man.
Hell yeah. And what else we got? Now, this is a band who's been doing shit, and I can never fucking pronounce the name. And if you had there was a comedian, Patrice, he used to say this joke. If you held a gun to my mom's head and you were like, yo, spell Sanguisugabogg or whatever, however you say this, I say, yo, mom, I love you.
Yeah.
I love you. But yo, they've been doing it for a minute and people love them. And say the name.
Sanguisugabogg.
And it's some Mexican thing, right?
I don't even know. I should Google it, but I have no idea.
I get confused. This is my problem. One of these things was a Mexican thing. If it ain't them, it's the other band that bugs me out too. They're a great band too. With the X. There are these other kids from the West Coast, I think from Mexico.
Zabalba.
Yeah,
Zabalbobs.
Yeah. Those niggas.
Yeah. Zabalba.
Yeah, exactly. These are 2 guys. Are these 2 bands like know each other?
I don't know. They're in cahoots on something though.
That's what I'm saying. I want to set a tour. What was Sangui, this band and that band. Yeah, everybody. You gotta also, you gotta give me a little bit of leeway. I got my GED and English was definitely not my
Well, this is also definitely the next level in terms of band names and logos. You know? Yeah. But I think musically too, it falls in line. It's that next level, like we always say, this merging of metal and hardcore. And these guys just recently got signed to Century Media.
I see that. That's cool shit.
Yep. So again, it's that metal trajectory, but they also come from the hardcore scene. They have a hardcore band separate from this that they all play in, and they wear hardcore band shirts on stage. So it's not far off. It's just.
And what's the band?
They have another band called Volcano.
Oh, Volcano. That's a hard name.
Yeah, which is, more in that sort of probably Castle Heights era type stuff,
cool shit.
Irate type thing. But, the Sanguisugabogg, this shit is cool. And they recently did a tour with Terror. So it's all merging together. But Gator, can we hit him with that Sanguisugabogg track?
Yeah, I want to check that shit out, man. I've been hit forever. I want to hear this. Oh, shit.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah. So
that's some hard shit. That's definitely. I guarantee you that name has something to do with the Satanic Bible or something. After hearing them and that whole thing, that means like the devil's homeboy or something. We got to get to the bottom of this, Gator. I want you to Google this name right now. I want answers. But shout out to them because that shit is heavy as fuck. But and on the real, I've been hearing about them for a minute, and I've the name and people seem to love them. Like if whoever likes them, like loves them. They don't get liked. They think they get loved,
One thing about them too that I remember the first time I heard them was the snare sound. They have that snare sound. I don't know if you remember back in the 90s Snapcase, and they had that really high piccolo snare. And that was like the first time I remember sort of hearing that again in music, because it was very, it was a very small time that happened. Not many people use those tight piccolo snares. So I heard this band. I was like, wow, he's using one of those really high pitched snares, and it works for them. And it created that sort of personality for them. So definitely check that out. Check them out. Century Media.
And Century Media is good to see that they're still in the mix,
Yep, definitely.
For sure, for Century Media. And we got the OGs. It's crazy. Lately, I've been listening to a lot of Judge. The Judge bringing it down. Oh, the translucent yellow vinyl. Excusez-moi.
That's right.
The new merch drop available now at Revelations at RevHQ.com. Definitely go support the OG. And that's some cool. Listen, I'm usually not a purple dude. I fuck with the Judge purple.
Yeah.
That's like, like that's not Prince. And I fuck with Prince musically, but not where I ain't trying to wear no ruffles. But I fuck with that purple and that Judge, that logo, the yellow and that purple. Salute to whoever came up with that combo, because it's just like it's nothing I would have ever picked, and it's just perfect for them. Like it just works. Like
that's
sense.
Why, you know what I mean? Like everyone would have gone with a red or a blue or a typical, and that's what you flip it a little bit. And that's what makes it, timeless and classic.
Yeah.
And that's what this is, I mean, that Judge record's a classic. It's amazing to see it in another pressing. It's great to see this shit still selling. The new merch looks phenomenal. Shout out to Sammy. I ran into him last week.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, man, shout out to Judge. These guys are fucking, one of the best still.
Yeah, they're killing this dope. Like, again, dope shit. And go support them. Definitely one of them. Earth Christ is probably the hardest straight edge records ever.
Absolutely.
Everybody else is just, I mean, they're there. But if it wasn't for these dudes doing the way they did, everybody still be sounding like Minor Threat. I'm just saying, in my book. But what do I know? Anyway. But go get this shit. Revelations doing it. Is there's a video for this? Is there
yeah, we've got a little clip that Judge shared on their Instagram, so we could give everybody a little clip of that.
Shout out to the Judge King.
Once again, Oh, be all the times been through, I not fall. But leaving, you was my luck.
Dope. You know what? Shout out to Matt Pincus too. What bass player? You don't ever see bass players getting a shirt of their own.
Yeah,
it
were.
Right?
You know what? And you want to know what? I might have bit that riff kind of in one of my records. I don't remember, but it very, very possible.
Yeah. Well, it's a good one.
Of course. You know, that's like, again, you know, if it wasn't for two records that changed the game on the East Coast for the hardcore kids, not the crossover, for the hardcore kids to be able to play that metal shit was fucking Best Wishes and this shit right here. And Leeway, obviously. Those three, after those three bands, we were like, okay, we could rock a full stack and nobody could talk shit on us. Before that, you did that, you know, Rockstar, this, Metalhead.
Yeah.
There should be no other way. If it was up to me, I'd have fucking 30 amps behind me.
Yeah. Out of those three records, you could only take one to the grave. What are you taking with you?
All right, so we got the Judge, and what else did I say? The Judge,
Best Wishes.
No, you see, the Best Wishes is my favorite record. It's a good record, but for what it did at the time, being able to do the metal shit and be like, your OGs are doing it. Fuck it, we could do it, kind of. And then there was it's, you know what it is? Born Expire #1 because it came out first.
Yeah,
but I don't think there'll be some of this without a Born to Expire.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And this is more of what Madball influence, like it's more of a visual of out front Madball influences the Judge regurgitation of metal than the Leeway version was, because Leeway was straight up more thrashy.
Yeah.
Judge had that metal and they still mixed in, you know, again, they had traditional style players in it playing the metal shit. So that came out. So maybe, you know, you find that medium, and that's what you do from the band, and then band, and then the real open stuff. That's like, you know, a good balance. You know what I mean? So I'd say
really good point with that, because the hardcore, like you said, the hardcore players with Porcel and Sammy versus more of the Gibbons metal influence or the Zowie, you know, definitely. I feel you on that.
Exactly. Like, and for example, you know, these guys came up like that, and this is guys coming up from punk rock playing the metal stuff. Guys like that were in those bands were guys that played in metal bands that got into hardcore from the other side. And that's more my style too, you know. But then you could tell on what the way it gets regurgitated, where what was like kind of like I picked from both, but Judge was more like is what was the 88 on era when I came in, like that mix, that hybrid of, you know, there's a punk attitude, but not so much sonically. There's metal in there and there's some other shit.
Yeah.
You know,
thank God for that bridge. Thank God for that merging.
Hell yeah.
You know, it's for so many years, so many people wanted to diss on that, you know, the whole Youth Crew revival, which, you know, which I wasn't against, but at the same time, it's like, well, you can't stop progression, and this is just a natural progression, you know. So thank God for that.
I was amped for this shit. When this shit, they played a Super Bowl back then. We were fucking. Well, that was mad years ago, so I don't think we could get in trouble for it, Bob. We wrecked mad people like that shit. Sure. But I mean, it was like, again, you know, how could you deny that album? You know, sonically, and even on the comeback, I even told Mike. Them and Burn, as far as the reunions, they sounded like the albums.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like they literally sounded like the motherfucking album, which is hard to do. And I'm there. I was looking for reasons to talk shit.
Yeah.
You know me, like not to talk shit, but I'm a fucking, you know, I dissect this shit.
Picky.
And I was like, fuck, man, from the tones and everything. So shout out to them for you know, also taking pride in their shit and repping that shit.
Yep, definitely.
And fucking this last week, I got to see some cool shit. I got some boys, some OG Miami, Florida hardcore kids. My boy Danny from Team Soul. He has a gym out here. He actually trains a lot of guys that were on tour, a lot of hardcore kids that come through. And he opened up a new spot in Fort Lauderdale. And I went through to tap in and check it out. And Gator Food, hit him with the footage. Let's show the people what time it is in Fort Lauderdale.
Hell yeah.
What's up, everybody? Hoya Rock coming at you with that Hard Corner exclusive. We are live in Fort Lauderdale, the grand opening. Team Soul Fort Lauderdale. For all your CrossFit enjoyment, let's get with the program. You know how we doing this shit, an exclusive, live from Fort Lauderdale. I'm here with my boy, Team Soul. But the new spot, Fort Lauderdale, the original spot, where's the OG spot at?
Like the Coral Gables area in Miami.
That's it.
305.
There you go. This is a new spot.
Yep.
For everybody who don't know, this is my boy, also South Florida, native, hardcore kid, maniac, fucking reformed psycho, now doing it, throwing tires around South Florida. But he opened up a new spot right now, and it's the grand opening, and a lot of cool shit. They got bounce houses, raffles, and all type of shit. But tell us a little bit about what's going on. Your second spot.
Yes.
What made you do another spot and in this location?
So we've been open for about 12 years in our Miami gym. We've moved several times. Our team has grown so much that it was just the next logical step for us to take in order to keep our team around, continue creating opportunities for my coaches and my team members, and just to continue growing our brand. We've also, the culture of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu has grown tremendously in our gyms. So now this is our second location with Jiu-Jitsu inside of it, and we just, Fort Lauderdale is an area that's growing tremendously, and instead of trying to squeeze in another spot in a community like Miami that's already overly saturated, we decided to try it out here in Fort Lauderdale.
And the cool shit, I forgot, I left that out. Again, Hilly and Gracie, you guys know that's that OG shit. Shout out to Henzo Gracie, shout out to Hillion. All you real BJJ fanatics know what time it is. You could get your BJJ in, then you could throw some tires around. But so today's the grand opening. Real quick, let people know what classes you offer, and also let them know you don't got to be an Olympian to come train here. This is mainly made up of the working man and woman and family people. Let them know who's involved with this.
For sure. So we have classes all day long, and our gym is open all day long. Our gym is actually open 24 hours. For people who have tough schedules that need to prioritize their training, they can come in and get it done. Very beginner friendly. We train everyone from people who have weight loss goals, people who want to, improve their aesthetics, all the way to Olympians, CrossFit Games athletes, et cetera, et cetera. This is the one-stop shop where we check boxes for everybody. Again, like people just starting all the way to professional athletes.
Real cool shit. Like he said, one-stop shop, and he's one of the guys I would go to when I try to figure out my little routines. So he's one of the guys, him and Adam Blake. Shout out to him, Adam Blake, his brother Alejandro. But shout out to Team Soul. If you're in South Florida and you want to throw tires around, lose weight, and you want to just be in a good atmosphere with good music,
hell yeah.
Team Soul.
This is your spot. Peep us up on social media. Reach out to us if you need any help with training. Whatever it is, we got you. Thank you, Hoya.
You know what time it is. Team Soul, support the movement. The Hardcore exclusive. We out. Peace. Hell yeah. Shout out to Danny, Alejandro, and Team Soul. That's my man right there. And he's been doing it. He's an old hardcore kid. And Danny, he's a good story. He used to party a lot. He was getting lost in the sauce there. And then, one day that shit switched. Well, long story short, he won mad competitions, Team Soul. They got mad accolades in the whole fitness, South Florida fitness thing. But the real cool shit about it, it really is a gym that's for the everyday person.
Yeah.
And he's one of the guys I would pick his brain for, because again, they got nutritionists, they got everything. And it's no meathead shit. It's really friendly, good people. And bands, I recommend any bands coming to South Florida. They will take care of you. Go check them out. They do it all. And you get your BJJ on now, too, which is cool. They're connected with Hillion Gracie, which is for all the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu people out there. It's basically you're one step next to the grandfather, basically. Yeah. Hillion's the son of Carlos, and Carlos was the OG founder. So amazing. It's a lineage that's still very close to the source. So, but I'm psyched for him. South Florida, and that's what it's all about, local and supporting each other. And especially, listen, we're infiltrating the system. There's hardcore kids everywhere, metal people, everybody doing it, so we got to support the movement. But Team Soul Fort Lauderdale. So Busky, next time you get down here, I want to see you throwing tires.
I want to, man. You know, it's funny. I really do. I see so many people that have gotten, you know, like girls get into yoga and it changes their lives.
Yeah,
I've seen so many of these guys get into CrossFit and throwing tires around and swinging maces around, and I'm like, I feel like I could get into that.
No.
You know,
but you know what's cool? It ain't just that. It's a CrossFit spot, but they got a regular, you know, like lifting and just cardio and just like fitness is good for like if you're into sports or whatever. I'm actually I'm in the middle of a move soon, which I might be moving a little bit more towards that area. So I might be going there, and either way, I'm going to be going there to, you know, sharpen up on little things with them. And, you know, they got a good group of people there.
Yeah. Really nice looking spot too. I mean, the black and white, the simple, you know,
crisp,
it's not
intimidating.
Clean. Like, yeah, that's what I mean. It doesn't look like this meathead gym. It looks like a really cool, modern, approachable fitness,
family friendly, clean, and then no joke, real, you know, motherfuckers that know what time it is. So shout out to them. And what else we got? We got the homeboys here, Busky. Freaking, we got Japan in the house.
We do. Our homie Tomoki and GBT. He put together a dope hardcore punk art exhibit coming up. You know, opening party is December 17th at 6:00. Art show goes from then until mid-December or mid-January. Sorry. And this is at 229 Center Street in New York. And you know, I mean, it's all punk, hardcore related artists. It's about time that, you know, we showcased a lot of these individuals. You know, our homie Mike Gallo's in there, Steve Huey, who obviously did the Madball Demise, you know, a lot of Crown of Thorns, Gary Gilmore, you know, guys from Suicidal. So everyone's involved. So this looks really dope.
Yeah, I'm not taking favoritism because I got family involved with this. This is like the top tier of the pencil pushes or whatever you want to call them. Like, just even looking at it, you could just tell by looking at it. Like, this is the fucking, you know, these are our era Picassos of flyers and our fucking Salvador Dali's of the fucking, you know, of show promotions, you know what I mean? Because so many different styles, and you're looking at the top tier, not just because they're on the show. There's a lot of more, but you could just tell this batch. Just look at that page; is a really dope page. Like just that, like it's
amazing to think too. You know what I mean? Like we live in this digital age where you could recreate some of this stuff on the computer, you know, pretty easily. But a lot of this shit wasn't from that era. You know what I mean? This was literally pencil, pen on paper, and it was straight up just a gift or a craft, or you sat there and you taught yourself how to draw these amazing skulls, and you look at this stuff and it's incredible. You know, I mean, the RC Clayton, the guy down on the bottom far right, you know, the Suicidal Venice. Yeah, dude, the Venice style stuff. I mean, that just literally created a whole entire vibe. Everything. But even, I mean, not to discredit our stuff. Look at the stuff that Steve did for Madball, Crown of Thorns. You know what I mean? Like, he created that look for New York City. You know, so I mean, this shit is like, it's huge, it's invaluable, it's important, and the art behind it goes just hand in hand with the music and everything. So shout out to GBT and Tomoki for having the foresight to put this shit together. If you don't follow GBT, you should, because these guys are phenomenal designers, artists, visionaries, fashion, everything, you know. So
mad love to all that, the whole fam there. Let me ask you this: you see the nausea letters, that whole who you think with because that's early what death metal uses and what everybody's doing. I know they weren't the first, but who you think was like some of the first people out of the bigger, more well-known people? Because there's obviously some demo or somebody that wanted the band that got known for it bit off of. But who you think is the band that got known for like the first band?
I can't even pinpoint. You know, it would have to be somewhere back to like Pusshead. You know, I feel like he might have been the bridge.
You're right. It had to be a punk rock thing first, like Crass or one of those, right?
Death, or you know, something where it came from this more of a guttural approach, nastier. But you know, so I have no idea. It's amazing, you know, it's amazing to think of the lineage and the history between, you know, behind all of this and where it all intersected and where it came from and where it went to. But that's a tough one, you know. But shout out to GBT. You know, I'm super excited to see this. Hopefully I can make it down there and check it out. And
definitely we get some coverage from that shit. That would fucking be cool shit to check out, and definitely, you know, get a couple of the artists on if we fucking roll up, or maybe we get the fucking our missing man on the scene, Danny Diablo.
That's right. That's right.
Shout out to my brother who's hiding in a cave right now, staying away from the elements.
Yeah.
But shout out to him. Shout out to Danny Diablo. He's doing his thing. But also, and speaking of fucking, we were talking about crazy, you know, satanic metal and gutterish. Cannibal Corpse skin mask merch out now. Shout out to Cannibal Corpse. These motherfuckers are still doing it, and we got some family on the tour with them. Yeah. But not only that, I seen fucking videos of the tour and it looked fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So we got right now on tour with Dark Funeral, Immolation, and the one and only my favorite, the Sons of the Devil himself, Black Anvil.
Yeah.
Shout out to Paul and the fucking and Rafe and the whole fucking fam. But that's a hard bill. You know, Immolation, we played with them. If that's the OG guys or an older band, I don't know if that's them, but
I think it is. Yeah, I know Paul's good friends with all those dudes, and I think they're at least the crux of that band are still original guys.
Yeah, good. Then because those are some guys that have been doing it for a second, and I want to say we've done some stuff with them throughout the years. So it's cool shit.
So,
but Black Anvil dropping new. You know, they drop new shit. We got the Immolation and Dark Funeral. I know the name, but I don't know any of the Dark Funeral stuff either.
Mm-hmm.
But Cannibal Corpse. You know, I don't know if you got to catch any of that shit, but the show's been looking fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, they look amazing. They always are.
Yeah,
they always are.
Shit, so.
And to me, you know, being a merch guy, you know, haven't always fucking come up with merch ideas and this and that. This just blew me away, you know, and this is more of just a shout out on my end because it's like, this is the coolest piece of merch I could, you know, ever think of. Really, you know,
and creeps me out.
It's so perfect for Cannibal Corpse.
Oh yeah.
It could be so perfect for Slayer for the song Dead Skin Mask, even, you know, like this is.
Oh yeah, that would have been good.
It's such a great merch idea. It's such an awesome fucking concept. So I just wanted to shout it up because the design of it is amazing. The fact that there's maggots coming out of its face, it looks like a literal.
I just noticed the maggots. I didn't even notice that. I was too creeped out about the rest of it.
It's amazing, you know. I mean, it's a classic.
It's definitely cool shit. Yeah, it definitely bugged out some cool, like, you know, you could have fun with it. I just came up with a merch idea for what's that one death metal band where the guy he's always doing wild shit. He falls, he runs down the hill and he falls. He got the white. He looks like the panda.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. I can't think of the name right now.
But wasn't it well, anyway, he's one of those panda face
the
death metal guys. Shout out to all you panda faces, but we're gonna make a Pez dispenser with his face on it.
Yeah.
Tell me no.
I know.
With black Pez. Come on. I'm just saying, whatever.
Pez.
You know what he actually had that was dope? It was a snow thing, and it had him like doing some metal shit.
And snow globe.
Yeah. What's his fucking name?
I know. It's like Taki or
no? It's like Wabath or some shit, right? Babbith.
I can't think of
Sabbath or Sabbath, right?
A bath. Yeah, something like that.
Take a bath. A bath. Shout out to a bath. If it's him, that dude, you know what? Again. He's having fun with it. And also an OG, though. An OG doing it, but having fun with it.
Yeah.
I loved it. When I saw him running down the thing and he fell.
He fell. That's the first, and I think that's the only one I ever saw. I don't think I ever saw the snow globe one.
Oh, yo, he has a snow globe. I want it. Yeah. Everybody out there. Metalheads out there. Just putting it out there.
Yeah.
Christmas is coming.
Yep.
You know, if it makes you happy, you know, Jesus got killed, right? If that makes you devil warrior, you know, I'm just saying. Shout out to Jesus, though.
Yeah.
Boom. What do we got? We got some. This was something that was was in the news, but wasn't official.
Yep.
So it's official. Bam, bam, bam. We got the word, and it's official. Biohazard is motherfucking back. And what do we got here? What did the press release say, Busky?
Celebrating 35th anniversary.
35 years.
Yeah, man. Basically, the first wave of confirmed dates for this seminal outfit includes multiple international festivals in the summer of 2023. And I guess they're doing select appearances in the US. But as of right now, just these these European festival announcements, August.
Yeah.
4th in Poland. And then they're doing the 10th in the Czech Republic at Brutal Assault.
That one of the best fucking festivals, by the way.
That's a good one. The 13th at Bloodstock in England, and then the 19th in Eindhoven at Dynamo.
Yeah, that's my second home, Eindhoven. Yeah, and look, it's back with the whole original lineup.
Yep.
Billy, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike. I like the girl. Who cares who you like? Cool it now. Oh no, that was fucking New Edition. But Billy, Bobby, Hamble, Danny, and Evan Cypher. Look at the boys are back.
Yeah.
You know, and the word was out, but it wasn't official. And everybody, make sure you stick around at the end. I got to catch up with Danny, and he gave us the 411 on the whole, how everything got started, and he taps in a little bit more about new music, new tours, and all that shit. But yeah, what do you think about Biohazard's back?
I'm okay with that, man. You know, I've been a Biohazard fan from day one, unashamedly, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with that. I liked, you know, when they had other guys in the band, I liked other versions, but this is Biohazard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, how can you not have those 4 guys on stage and have it be a normal Biohazard? So
yeah, a normal Biohazard. Does that really make sense? A normal one,
right? You know, and that's just it. It's that connection, you know. And you know, I've read a couple of interviews with with Billy about this, and it's like he says, it's a vibe, you know. And if it's not there, they're not going to do it. And that's what happens with a lot of bands. I feel like, especially as we get older, you know, it becomes more about the vibe and less about being on the road and making the you know, it's more about having fun and being with your friends and your family and the camaraderie and all that. So I think they're at a good place again. Hopefully the, you know, whatever reasons why they weren't a band over the years, and that's all behind them, and they're moving forward. And you know, it's good to see these 4 guys on stage together, because that's where they belong, is on stage with each other, you know.
Yeah, for sure. And I got definitely everybody, make sure you know, you catch it. We're gonna end with it. Where Danny tuned in, and Danny gets a little bit more in detail about all that stuff. But yeah, I'm psyched. You know, I was glad. Again, I think it's the right time. You know, again, they weren't doing it on the hype of just all these bands trying to get together because of this and that. You know, it seemed like the energy, the way the world just, you know, the energy was in the right spot at the right time. Because I even feel like, yo, word, I want to see them back together. And usually I don't want to see shit if I feel it's tasteless, because then it takes away from it. And the thing about these guys, love them, hate them, or whatever, these were some of the first dudes to come out of that were, you know, at arm distance to us, that were able to take smaller bands to that next level. You know, putting them in front of more people, you know, putting them in front of, you know, our first show our biggest show in New York City at the time was us playing Roseland, opening for them. Again, that meant a lot to be able to play in front of 2,000 people in our own city when nobody knew who the fuck we were. When, again, they could have had anybody do it. They put everybody on. You know what I mean? Again, certain things, I know, I've been in the game a long time. I seen, and I shout out the whole group. But throughout the years, Danny and Bobby and Billy, excuse me. Shout out to Bobby, too. I seen Bobby, but Billy and Danny, I seen a lot throughout the years because they've been more active. And I want to give those 2 guys an extra fucking salute, because I seen those guys go from, you know, getting the world thrown at you to having to grind it out and get back in the trenches. And they did that shit with love. I seen them be like, yo, I'm ready to get dirty and do whatever, you know, the new shit they were doing. They're like, yo, we ready to start from the ground up. Nothing given to us. Let's just do this. And let me tell you, that's big, because I see a lot of people that ain't trying to do that when they're coming up. They want everything handed to them, you know, because they feel like it's deserved to them or whatever. That shows a lot, and the passion and the love that they just love making music. They do it for nothing. They do it for the love. So that means if they're doing this, I'm hoping for a special record, because you know, again, check out the interview at the end. They get into getting into the studio, and I know fucking Billy and Bobby must be fucking grinding out riffs
Yeah.
Who the fuck knows? I want to hear.
Yeah.
You know, I'm curious.
Yeah. No, it's amazing. They shaped, you know, they shifted the dynamics. I remember watching Headbangers Ball, you know, years and years and years ago, and this video would come on for punishment, you know, and it's like I wasn't in New York City, I was an upstate guy, you know, but I was observing all this stuff from afar.
Yeah.
And I don't think I ever got as excited from a music video on MTV as when that fucking video would come on, you know. And I'm going to pull my own file right now, and I would take the cushions off the couch and I would fucking pretend to stage dive just like I was on the bridge. You know what I mean? Because that's how influential just a fucking music video was, you know. And then I got the record, and the record just blew my mind, you know, on top of that. So, yeah, man, this is legendary stuff, you know. I mean, these guys have been around forever.
And again, you know, just because, you know, to get, you know, to give them the shine they deserve. Like when there's new people coming up, there's bands that you could tell they automatically show no love. They kind of separate themselves. When these dudes were on their way up, the minute a new band, one of us came out, they had right away, get next to me in the video, right away, give me the hat, right away, give me the t-shirt, all of them. You know, all of them. I got to say that about each one of them. You were new. They didn't care that you were the new band dropping a record on Columbia. You were people and you were dropping a band. Yo, give me the shirt. I'm a rockin'. They rock, you know. That shit goes a long way. You know that back then it was. Now we have Instagram. Back then, how we found out about a band, we looked at a cool band we liked, and they rocked the shirt. Let's find out who the fuck that band
or the
is.
Thanks list in their record, you know, and see who they're friends with. Who do they thank? Okay, cool. I like them, so I'm going to check them out.
Yeah, so
and I think Billy's still like that, honestly, you know. He's still like that. You see it, and you know, he has the studio, and he's not out there just doing all these big names. He's doing hardcore bands, you know. He's doing our friends' bands, so it makes, you know.
Oh yeah, shout out to them, man. Shout out to my brother Danny Schuler's toe. You know, we're gonna get into that in a whole nother episode. That's when we're gonna go on a whale tooth awareness, but that's another story. But
you're gonna have to, because I've been hearing about this toe, and I don't even know what you're talking about. So you gotta clear it up.
But everybody, again, stay tuned at the end. We're gonna drop the fucking the little lowdown I got together with fucking Danny. But what else we got up? What else we got? And what do we got next, Busky? We got what? 200 stab wounds signs with Metal Blade Records. What do you know about 200 stab wounds?
200 stab wounds, good shit. Cleveland, Ohio. So you know that Midwest dirty, nasty, Midwest funk. It's just, again, this merging of metal, you know, like it's coming up a lot, but it's death metal really at the end of the day. We talk about metal hardcore, but it isn't. It's death metal. And
Masters of Morbidity, all right.
Yeah, Masters of Morbidity.
Morbidity, there you go.
Let's get
I keep thinking morbidly obese. I keep thinking. You gotta remember, I'm a fat guy. You gotta remember this. But
reformed. Aren't.
I'm work in progress.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely we got a video of them, right?
We do, yeah.
Oh, a little clip.
It up. And that's it.
Oh shit! I was just gonna get into. I was like, because that's kind of my shit. It seemed more thrashy.
Yeah,
it's kind of dope. And I know they've been, again, the name they've been working, because I know everybody. Make sure you go to their Spotify. Again, I say it all the time. All the Spotify, the Bandcamps. You know, I don't know exactly who gives what, but I know bands look for to check out that people are checking out their music. You know what I mean? It means, and the more you tune in, it puts their music in the mix with bigger bands and gets more eyes on them. Yep. With that being said, the same reason you're supposed to subscribe to the Hard Corner and Smoking Word TV. Make sure you subscribe, leave a comment, and repost, because it doesn't count if you just tune in. This is a team sport, and everybody gotta play. You understand? You don't graduate from high school if you don't got gym credits, right?
That's right.
Get your gym credits
in,
everybody.
That's right.
You gotta, but so that you said they're Cleveland, right?
Cleveland style, yeah. Yep.
All right. Cleveland got some shit, man. They always did, and Cleveland also gets I don't think they get enough credit for the DNA they have in a lot of the OG East Coast hardcore sounds, because a lot of the Dead Boys, all those type of bands that came out of there, if you hear some of their shit and you're gonna start hearing a little Cro-Mag, a little Bad Brain, or a little certain influences from certain bands, you're like, oh, I get it.
Yeah.
Which bugged me out, because I never knew that till way later on in life. You know, put it together. So pretty crazy, but something else. They're like the Southwest, upstate New York with the whole white trash, polluted water kind of thing. Shout out to all the polluted water drinking white trash people out there making dope music.
Shout out to Frank Three Gun.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Speaking of white trash drinking, shout out to Hatebreed and my boy Sean Martin, they just wrapped up their last tour. That whole what was it? 30 years of perseverance.
Perseverance, hell yeah.
Yeah. But and with that being said, on the topic of subscribing and whatever, if you want to support the show, this is how you do it. Boom. Not only do I got it on, not only am I freaking the president, I also wear the shit. No, but listen, on the real, everything is done in-house. We got this in-house right now, snapbacks and t-shirts, or whatever we make off the t-shirts and the snapbacks go back into the show. We have a lot of plans for, again, we're taking this thing to the next level. You know, we're making sure, you know, we keep things fresh and sexy for everybody. And, you know, this helps the little extras happen. You know what I mean? So if you want to support the show, you support what we do. You want to keep the show. You want to keep those graphics, those fly graphics, backgrounds and all whatnots, fucking, what do you call it? All nice and bright. Make sure you subscribe, get the t-shirt. And even if you're not buying, you could repost, subscribe. It ain't about money, but it's about being involved or spreading the word, because that's how this shit works. And, with that being said, if you want anybody, if you heard, we got some East Coast shows coming up. And yes, I will be in the building. And yes, I'm coming with merch.
Yeah.
So if you're in one of these cities, just take it. I better see you at the merch booth.
Yes.
I'm coming with all types of shit. The kitchen sink.
I love seeing this. And I love seeing you out there. Look at that guy. Who's that guy?
Yeah, who's that? That ghost. I heard there's going to be a hologram of me on this East Coast show. But yeah, I'm going to be rolling up a merch. Shout out to the world who's on the whole thing. And the first show starts in Long Island, Life Agony. Then we got a show with Brick by Brick in upstate. So again, I'm going to have hard corner gear, support the show, come by, say what's up and all that good shit. And there might be a camera in your face. So, show your face. But what else we got crack-a-lacking?
We got some new shit. Let's head into this new music section here. We got some dope new shit that dropped this week. Gonna kick it off with this cool band called Doomsday.
What's up? And we are back. We hit a little fucking Wi-Fi speed bump again. Something about this fucking landline in South Florida, but we ain't playing games and nothing is stopping the fucking movement. So we had to use that fucking what do you call it? My monthly Wi-Fi bill. No Wi-Fi bill, my fucking my telephone bill service. But anyway, we still got that new shit we need you to know about. So let's go. What are we on? What's up next, Busky?
We got some dope shit from California, Oakland, California, Doomsday, Creator Destructor Records. This is pretty dope. Hit him with that track, Gator.
Yeah, that's what I like. I like that that the new metal isn't just new metal. It's now new metal's also got that traditional thrash shit coming back. Also, like, you know, it has a modern flavor to it, but it ain't the not that it's not technical, but it ain't all the crazy off time stuff. It's just like heavy riffs and a lot of chugging.
Yeah,
you know, that thrash shit is like, I'm glad it's making a comeback because it's always been disguised in the new metal or whatever you want to call it. But what they did with thrash,
they took what used to be dig it, and now they made it dig it, and they basically deleted segments of what was once a consistent line, you know, which is dope. But it's also sometimes we got to go back to just letting the line play sometimes.
Let it, yeah, sure, yeah, no,
but
definitely.
And all music is a line. It's all how you chop it up. Sound is the same. We all can make the same sounds. Is how we manipulate it and where we put them and how we put them. So that's the cool shit about that, where I can hear the origins of certain styles, how it evolved and shit. Again, I'm a fucking, you know, when it comes to this shit, I like dissecting it. You know what I mean? But shout out to them and shout out to all the thrash metal heads coming out, and especially the young guns doing that OG thrash metal shit, because we don't want it to get lost in the sauce. So
absolutely. Yeah, and a dope cover art too. I want to shout out Selena Rodriguez for this super cool cover artwork. And if we can get up, there we go. I mean, this shit is just dope. You know, super cool logo. You know, very familiar. Almost looks like the band Artillery. Remember Artillery? They had a logo that looked very similar to that. So I don't know. I just love it. I love seeing it. Almost looks like a Slayer record cover. It could be, you know.
Yeah, but it cool feel to it. It's like a different. It has like a modern day what do you call medieval painting?
Yeah.
You know, but like it got like a modern day feel, like, you know what I mean. But it got that red. I like the red, like that Slayer-ish stuff. But yeah, it's cool shit, and I like the lettering too a little bit. Again, people getting creative with, you know, the traditional death metal style fonts and shit. You know what I mean? Cool play. I never seen that kind of play on it. So it's cool. So where they're from?
Oakland, California.
Yeah, Oakland and that thrash.
Yeah, they know. So that's the thing, is they come from good roots. You know, they know what's up. So I expect to see hopefully some more from these guys coming up soon.
Yeah, and then we got fucking from one of my favorite states and one of my favorite people from fucking Denver, motherfucking Colorado. We got Time Heist from my brother Mark. But new band, he's always been. Listen, for if you're part of the Denver scene, you already know what time it is. He literally just dropped this. He got a new song. I don't know if it's on the Bandcamp or on the Spotify, but boom, they just dropped this. Go get it. Go support it. They're gonna be playing the Denver show we're playing. So we will be in the building, and I will get you guys a live update with them and some, you know, again, some new music for everybody out there. Check them out. These are OGs also, you know, OGs keeping it fresh. And Denver, Colorado, people, you know, sometimes East Coast tends to forget, like, again, Denver has a scene, man. It has a scene that, you know, it fluctuated throughout the years, but there was always a stop, you know, from back in the days, from the AF days and on, you know, Colorado Springs, Denver. And not only that, they probably got some of the best Mary Jane on the planet. But shout out to Swiss and the whole family.
Hell yeah.
Joey and everybody. But on the real, Denver, something about Denver. We had some of our best Madball shows in the recent years were in Denver, Colorado, with Suicidal. And I've eaten some of the best food I've had in the world was in Denver, Colorado. Again, something about that mountain life. I back it. But go check them out. You know, Time Heist, new music, new drop. I'm assuming they're on Spotify and all that other shit. So download it, hit it, and all that good shit. Repost it, buy it, and look out for them. They're playing the Denver show with Madball, so definitely check that shit out.
Dope.
And what do we got? We got the studio report up next, right?
We do. Stickman, right? You spoke with Stickman?
Hell yeah. I got the word, you know, Fury of 5 is in the motherfucking studio. And you know how that's fam right there. And I say, you know, if Stickman's in the studio, Fury's in the studio, we need to drop, because you know how we do it. So my brother tapped in and gave us a 411. Gatorful, let's see what time it is with fucking Dirty Jersey.
Pop in. It's your boy Stickman, Fury of 5. We're at Landmine Studios, about to get some vocals in and finish up this EP. Half Past Revenge, coming out on Upstate Records. You know, shout out to Hoya Rock, Smoking Word Podcast.
Yeah, what's up? We in the booth, Soldier Rock.
Everyone, everything, or be killed. All their dreams. War is what we are. We'll die on our feet. There you have it. Day in the studio for my homie Len. That's how it's going out. Sending it back to you, Hoya Rock, Smoking Word Podcast.
Dope. Hell yeah.
Fucking Stick Man.
Stick Man.
Stick Man and Fury Fight. Yeah, that shit sounded hard. That fucking even the tones they got just from that little fucking clip.
Yeah.
That's shit, you know. And I'm glad. I want to hear what they're cooking up because they always had that cool groove shit and the metal shit, the metallic tip. I'm glad to hear the 2022, 2023 version of that shit. You know what I mean?
I have a feeling it's going to be not far off, but just better, honestly. You know, I mean, you can hear it already. I've been watching little clips on his Instagram, hearing him jam and come together with new stuff, and it sounds very cool. You know, it's Fury 5. Those dudes have always had their own flavor, their own everything.
Play. That was the one thing they all could fucking play.
Yeah.
Fucking great players. So I know they know we got to step this shit up, keep it Fury, but also step it up. So I'm fucking psyched. Shout out to them. Shout out to Stickman and everybody. Make sure you hit the link right there. Hit the link right there.
There you go. Right there.
Take you to where you gotta go. It'll take you to the podcast or the web channel. If you want to cop merch, whatever it is, support the movement. It ain't about spending money, but if you got money, spend it. If you don't got money, repost, comment, spread the word, let people know what time it is. We do this every week. New music, send it to us. Anything you got that you think is hard corner material, send it our way and you might just get played. But shout out to Stickman in the studio. Again, Upstate Records, man. They're also doing it, you know, keeping the East Coast in the mix and fucking you know how the hard corner's doing it with that studio report, you know? You never know what's going to fucking happen. You know, Wi-Fi signals, studio reports, a special guest, you know, all types of shit, you know. But send us your videos. If you got some hard corner material, send it our way. And Busky, you ran into a little something that you brought to the table.
I did. Yeah. I know you're an MMA guy, you know, and this came up on just, I don't know, one of my stupid reels. And it had me laughing, you know, and I knew you would appreciate it. So this is just our little feel good drop for the week. And I hope you guys enjoy it because I don't know what it was, but it had me rolling. So let me see if I can get it queued up here. And
you know, everything can be what do you call it? Sidewalk smiles and freaking boot stomps or whatever you call them.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes we just gotta let, you know.
But I don't know if you know who this fighter is at all. I have no idea. But I mean, this is a cartoon knockout, you know.
Yeah,
so check this out.
But we need to get him on the show.
Yeah, check this out.
So the car dealer, he's out cold. Wait, what happened? That looked like in a UFC fight. I thought that was Game Red, the way he went down.
That was a cartoon knockout.
But he put back up like he had knocked out. Wait, you're knocked out, and then he throws a big right. Well, he got caught again.
He's just thunderstruck.
He don't fall like that. Yeah. He was literally.
Oh, man.
He's out cold. He's out cold. Out
cold.
How did he get back up?
He was a perfect straight line.
The greatest recovery I've ever seen in competitive combat sports. I think if you ask him right now, did you get knocked down? He'd be, I don't know what you're talking about.
So I am going to ask you this. Early in the fight, something happened. What happened?
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, no idea. I love it, man. I love that shit.
Fuck out. Listen, everybody, send this clips. You never know what's gonna make it. When I saw that shit, I was dying too.
Yeah.
Listen, sports, we give you sports, but it's the sports we want to give you. But that shit.
Yo, he got knocked out and woke up like at the same time.
At the same time. I think he hit the mat and then he instantly just came to and got up and was like, what just happened? He had no idea.
And you know what's even crazy? Dana White from the UFC got a new thing coming out. We're definitely gonna cover that when that comes out. It's called the slap box, fucking some shit. It's just people smacking the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
But like, I saw some funny shit. Like they're trying to build characters out of this. Oh,
Yeah.
it's gonna be some shit. It ain't gonna last long, but we're gonna cover. But fuck it, now definitely. Before we out of here, make sure shout out to everybody who's been tuning in around the planet and stick it through. As you see, nothing stops what we're trying to do. Not Wi-Fi, not nothing, but keep tuning in, spreading the word, all that good shit. Send us new music. I'm about to hit the East Coast, and we're gonna be taking the hard corner. We're gonna be doing lives, all types of shit. So make sure you hit your reminder buttons and make sure to comment and repost and all that. So that's very, very important right now, because the more you do that, it gets the show in front of more people, and that's what gets your fucking music in front of more people and the movement in front of more heads. Word. But Busky, before we get out of here, you want to let people know anything else besides me letting them know the 411? Anything else going on that you want to talk about before we get out of here, before we drop them with the end shit?
I'm good for now. Like you said, we're a problem, so we can't be stopped. You have to just follow us on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, follow, subscribe, get in the game, be a part of the movement. And, we'll be back next week causing some ruckus.
Exactly. So send Busky, send us whatever your new music, any videos, anything from the trenches, music, lifestyle. We want it. Everybody, listen, you're the motherfucking reporters, and this is the show you guys fucking rep for. Yep. All right. And everybody coming up right now is stay tuned. I got to tap in with my brother Danny, and we got to talk about this Biohazard reunion. He lets you know the 411 in real time. Well, not real time. He was in real time. But, before we out of here, one love to everybody around the planet. The Hardcorner boys, we in the motherfucking building. Shout out to
Yeah, we're out of here. Peace.
And shout out to everybody who's been tuning in around the planet. Make sure to keep tuning in. Repost, hit those reminder buttons, leave the comments, send your new music to us. Hit up Busky. Again, we're hitting the East Coast. There might be a Hardcorner live coming from Long Island. I'm just saying. So hit those reminder buttons. And before we out of here, we want to tap in with my brother Danny Schuler. He's gonna let you know what's up with this Biohazard reunion. Yo, Busky, until next week, you know what time it is. Yep. The Hardcorner boys, and we out of here.
Peace.
Peace.
Danny from Biohazard. Hardcorner exclusive. Listen, I'm glad I was able to try to get you and make this connect the dots, but long story short, you motherfuckers know it's finally official. You motherfuckers are back, and I said I need the drop before fucking anybody gets the drop. So I said, let me get the toe on deck real quick to tap in and let everybody know. But again, on the real, what's the deal, Danny. Congrats. And I'm glad you were playing. You still were playing. You started playing drums with Kings Never Die. You would be a waste not to play, all you guys. So I'm glad you motherfuckers are back doing what you started doing. How does it feel? How does it feel? I don't even got to ask the whole story, but how does it feel to officially be back?
Well, it feels good so far.
Yeah.
We haven't been in the same room yet. We haven't done anything together yet. But it feels good so far. I like the idea of it.
Yeah. And I want to micromanage a little from the outside. Let's keep the studio time very minimum. We want you guys to play, be tight, and then everybody leave till stage.
Yeah, that's it.
but I'm glad. But tell me what's the deal. So obviously, I know you guys been talking. Different guys were connecting the dots. I mean, we all kind of had a feeling. But what you think was the final straw to let's make it official? Was it a thing with Evan? Was it or just everybody saying yo, we got mad offers, let's go now or never kind of thing? What was the breaking point?
I think really it was a combination of us all really missing doing it together. And the fact that, you know, COVID happened, right? And whether or not you believe that that shit was real or fake or a government conspiracy or whatever, the truth of the matter is it made kind of everybody like reshuffle their priorities in life. You know what I'm saying? I'm pulling over and getting gas, by the way, I could stop this. But, you know, it just made everybody, I think, kind of realize like, hey, life is short, you know, and
people were, you know, and I agree with you. It's crazy. It's been on everybody's, I think on a lot of our generations. We're at that stage now where, you know, we looking at the clock in a different way. Like it's do or die time for whatever, for everything, for doing things that we used to do, things we want to do, you know, and all that good shit. You were saying that, you know, a lot of people, we're losing a lot of people, and that kind of lit a fire under your guys' asses, right?
Yeah, for sure. You hear me okay?
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
All right, good, because I got you. Yeah, so definitely it did. You know, it made me feel like, you know, I mean, we all know life is short. You know that as well as anybody else, man. Yeah. And, you know, we're all getting up there, you know? I mean, nobody's young anymore. I mean, we're pretty young, but, you know, you hit 50. You hit 50, how many years you got left?
Yeah.
You know? And it's like, you know, when you're growing up and you got those friends that you make when you're growing up, you never make friends like that again in your life, you know? And you go through shit, and you might have beef with each other and stupid shit. But in the end, man, you got to forgive and forget and move on.
Yeah, for sure,
you know?
for sure. And we know that having families now, like looking big picture, you know, you know, big pictures should be the main picture. So yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. And my kids love Biohazard.
Oh man,
my sons and their friends, they love Madball, they love Biohazard, they love Slipknot, they love all these bands, and they're like, Dad, why don't you just do the band? And I'm like, it's complicated. They don't give a shit about the complication. You know?
Yeah.
Just like, fucking do it. What are you, an idiot? Just do it. What's the problem? You know?
Yeah.
But I mean, it's simple. So we tried to simplify it and just break it down, and that's it. And now, you know, here we are trying to pull it together. And
I know you know, you definitely, you know, you're like me, you know, it ain't done till it's done, and until then, we're you know, whatever. Even being gung ho, not being that we're the half glass, half full dudes, but you know, we like to be. I'm like you. You know, we're the same in that way. Like, it sounds good. Let's see how shit goes first, kind of shit.
Yeah.
If the beginning goes smooth, what's the word on some new music and all that good shit? Because I know you guys always had music, and without getting into shit, I know that was also maybe a problem at one time for some people. You know, was the writing processes, and like now it's new flavor, new energy. You know, even the sound might be a little bit different. You know, I don't know. I'm assuming just being it's fucking 2022 kind of shit. You know,
right.
You know, it's gonna be Biohazard, but I'm curious to what motherfuckers are gonna do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm open to the idea of new music, but you know, I'm kind of like one of these people who I'm open to experiment musically. I'm good with that, and you know, everybody wants to spread their wings a little bit and fuck around, and you know that. I'm fine with that. You know, I could play the drums. You want to play some technical shit, I could do that. So what I was saying was, you know, I'm down to experiment and fuck around, but I believe that, you know, we should probably do what we're really good at, you know? And me, as a drummer, I'm good at, like, doing the beat that everybody kind of, like, goes like this to a little bit.
Yeah,
you know?
For sure.
And it's not real hard to do that. And I think as a group, Biohazard was always a band that kind of, like, brought some, like, you know, some groove and some movement into it.
Yeah.
We're good at that. And, I mean, if we were going to do music, new music, that's the kind of vibe I would look for, you know?
Yeah.
But we got time for that shit. I'm going to see what happens, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, let's get out there and do these shows and hang out, and, you know.
So, yeah, you got these first couple of shows set up then as of now, right? You got some festivals or what? Like, what's lingering? What's something you can let the people salivate on for a little bit.
Yeah. Right now, there's some festivals next summer. And that kind of got leaked out there, like before the fact, before we wanted to even announce it, you know. Because, you know, the festivals, they got to announce early, and wanted to put it out there. We didn't really mean for that to come out that way. We wanted to make a formal announcement. But right now, we're just kind of planning everything else, you know, trying to figure out what to do stateside and everything else. You know, we're also there's going to be like a documentary film, you know, about the band, about the history of the band, about the band getting back together and seeing how it goes. You know.
Hell yeah, that's due. You guys are due for that.
What's that?
I say you guys are due for a documentary type thing. You know what I mean? For sure.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting, you know. But yeah, well, that's the plan. Go play shows, maybe do some new music, get this documentary done at some point, and then, you know, sit back and take a look and see where we're sitting and see what happens next.
Hell yeah! And what's the first show? What's the first show back? And is your boys going to that show?
I don't know where the first show is going to be yet.
What? Like, I would be like, the first one would be like, okay, this is the day, ground zero to, we'll know if there's any new records or any new anything after that day.
Yeah, I don't know where the first show is going to be yet. Because we have some stuff, these festivals.
Oh, yeah, gotcha.
I think we're going to do something maybe stateside before then.
Gotcha.
But it's still kind of early to tell, so we're still trying to figure it out. You know what I mean?
All right, good shit. No, I'm glad. Listen,
you will be the first to know.
That's exactly. And when I know, that means the hard corner will know. And everybody, and again, Danny, I'm glad this is your first time on the hard corner. No, you've been on the hard corner. You did the podcast, but this is going to be a segment on the new show with Busky. But yeah, you did this with King Never Die. I think you did this. I don't remember. You've been all low. I know we talk so much shit. I forget where the fuck we talk our shit.
Yeah, we could go. We could talk a lot of shit.
But listen,
I can't hear you. The thing is breaking up.
Listen,
you're breaking up a little bit, but
I love you. I'm glad you were able to jump on here and let everybody know what time it is. Well, I love you,
bro.
I'm gonna see you in a couple of weeks. All right, in person.
All right.
Yeah. And I'm gonna get to see the toe. Okay, we're gonna see how we're doing. All right. Listen, my brother Danny Biohazard. Everybody, go check him out. Biohazard is motherfucking back, and we out. Hardcore exclusive. Danny, one love.